it is the case for other low and middle income countries. Pension inclusion is one of the challenge given the informal sector, the size of the informal sector of the country that is not well served by the traditional pension schemes that rely on monthly salaries and relationship between social security institution and employers. So the informal sector is a big group. For example, before we start the new scheme specific for the informal sector, we only had 8% of the working age population covered by the formal sector. And this is a very big challenge, and because people, when they are still active, they have means, but when they retire, they become a burden to their families and to the government. And maybe the burden was not as much felt by the time because of the numbers as life expectancy was still growing. But the projection is really worrying, and particularly for women who are known to survive more than men, the inclusion is even a very big challenge in the formal sector. For example, we now have 34% of the contributors to the formal sector as women. So you understand, it comes from the education, the employment, but when you go to social security, we realize it is the same structure. So we needed to find a solution that addresses those challenges. I think Rwanda has been cited as an example for technology, and that's a very good infrastructure that we need to build on to set innovative solutions that reach majority of households. The financial inclusion indicators are also improving over time. A lot of people have either in a bank, an account in a bank, or transact with their mobile phones. We have seen mobile phone transactions multiplying by 3 from the pre-COVID to after COVID. This is a very good in enabling factor that we can build on. Secondly, for example, up to 78% of households have at least a phone in their home. So that is something that I think we should build on. In our long-term savings scheme, we created a system that is based on ID. Everyone 16 years and above have a digital ID. So an account is based on ID, and we created a system where it's completely cashless. People can create accounts, save, keep tracking their savings using their ID, using their cell phones, using USSD on their cell phones. And they can keep tracking their accounts digitally. Actually, this new scheme, the youngest scheme, is the most digitalized system that we have in RSSP. RSSP is managing 6 other social schemes. So it's on our side, it's managed in an electronic system that's created for that purpose. And on the user side, it's also completely digitalized. I think this is a very new area to many countries. We have been implementing a new scheme for the informal sector pension. This is the 5th year that we are entering in. It has been a learning journey, and every year doesn't look like the previous one. And I think this book chapter will first show what we have learned over the last 4 years. But also we expect to learn from other countries as every year we are challenged to reflect how do we include those that we couldn't meet, how do we make the scheme sustainable, how do we create innovative products that attract potential members. So I think it's a learning journey. We share our lessons, we learn from other countries as we build a long-term solution to this social security inclusion challenge.